I'm sorry.
Light years are a unit of distance.
1, 2, 3.
Let's talk about it, talk about it, talk about it, talk about it.
Woo!
Welcome back,
ladies
and gentlemen.
Oh
Oh my
wow.
God, almost
Dude.
The impossible is now possible.
It's possible.
We'll get it done.
That was
Don't worry,
crazy.
guys, don't worry.
Episode 47. Let's go, baby.
We're gonna bring the heat on this one.
Oh yeah.
I'm feeling energized.
We always bring the
I'm feeling ready.
Feeling great.
Ready to go.
Never not once better.
What are we talking about?
What are we talking about?
People
What are
who
we
are
talking about?
energized, ready to put in that work, grind, savvy, smart, educated, well-versed. If someone can tell me what I'm saying, I will maybe do a backflip right now.
Not broke.
A direct.
Oh, they're
lender?
not broke.
Huh?
I want to say close.
Okay.
Chris,
All right.
Okay.
is it a broker?
It's a freaking broker.
It's a
man.
broker,
Oh.
baby.
Remy, edit this.
Right back into the seat. Brokers. We're
It's not
talking
a
about
broker.
brokers.
It's a broker.
It's brokers.
Brokers. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one, guys. But first, let's introduce us, Tom. Start it out.
Without further ado, my name is Thomas McCauley, your head of business development, and to my left I have
Frank Grizzly Luando, the COO.
Frankie D, CEO.
Appio Fragoletti, Director of Banking Relations.
and
CHO
now,
sleeping.
introducing the number one brokers in the world, Lexington Capital Holdings.
Hey, baby!
Buffer
we
still
doing?
got nothing on me. Bruce
Wow.
Buffer.
No, Bruce ain't got
Nah.
nothing.
It's ringing still.
Oh,
It
it's
is,
ringing.
it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. I wish you guys could experience that. It rings.
Dana White, sign Tom.
Yeah.
agree.
Bruce is
But
only
not
got a little
full-time.
bit-
I'll do it as a side
Sign the
job.
Not
contract.
full-time.
MSG only.
Contract.
MSG
You sure
only.
you don't want to go to the Sphere? It's pretty cool.
The Sphere was cool. Me and
Yeah, it
Tom
was.
checked it out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
cool.
dude, I can't wait to see that thing.
But all right, so let's talk about this episode, guys. Let's talk about being a broker.
Yes, sir.
Favorite thing to talk about.
This episode means a lot to us,
Yeah, it
obviously,
does.
because we're brokers.
It's my life.
And I think we have the true definition of meaning of what a broker is.
Yeah.
And I want to give a little spiel at the beginning about why it's advantageous to work with a broker, in my opinion. So there's brokers in pretty much every industry, guys. You know, there's insurance brokers, there's business loan brokers, there's auto brokers now, and they all pretty much do the same thing. You know, what their main job is to do, their objective is to help the client get the best deal possible at the easiest way possible and deliver the best customer service possible. So you could just go to Geico and get car insurance, but they might not have a policy that fits your driving record.
Yes.
And if you would have went to a broker, he could have maybe introduced you to Liberty Mutual. And maybe you went through 5 other insurance agencies before you were able to finally find Liberty Mutual, and you put a lot of time, you put a lot of effort into it, and you didn't get the return on the investment that you were looking for. So I ultimately think that that's the most advantageous thing about working with a broker is that we literally shop for you.
Yeah.
We, based off of all your credentials and all of our industry knowledge and us being business loan brokers, doing every single bank that we work with and every lender that we work with, being able to place you with the correct one that's going to be able to work with your industry, your geographical location, your credit score, your time in business, and your revenue. And then we're able to pair you with the best lender or bank possible that meets that criteria while offering the product that you're looking for, that you best qualify for, and then marrying you guys two in between. And then at the same time, being the liaison throughout the relationship at all times. If you guys are familiar with like the Italian mafia, there's the boss, there's the underboss, and there's the consigliere.
Yes.
You know, we're like the consigliere. Anytime anyone's got beef on the streets, we're here to rectify it. And if you can't get in contact with the insurance provider or the lender or the bank, you know, we are here to still give you that service even after the sale. So that's what a good broker does, is they're still there with you throughout the whole entire time, and will even shop back on rates for you throughout the year. For insurance, it's more like at the end of the year, because maybe Geico was giving out good premiums in 2023, but now State Farm's hot in 2024. So that's all stuff that we do as brokers.
100%. I know there was a few of us brokering in our past life before we became brokers again.
Yeah.
But as you brought up the insurance, I mean, yeah, dude, like 100%. Like you, as an insurance broker, I knew that there's trends in the industry that average people don't know. You know, I know it's harder to get your any policies in like the summer, fall area because it's hurricane season. You know, so something like that, like don't shop then.
Yeah.
You know, I know that, but you just bought a car. You know,
I didn't
so
know that.
You did, yeah, exactly. You didn't know that, but I did. So you come to me and say, hey, I need insurance, and it's like, okay, buddy. Well, first of all, it's not going to be that great right now. We're going to shop you around in a little bit again, but yeah, you know, like the broker's in your best interest, and you know, like that's because being in your best interest is their best interest. You know, you want to stay around, you want them to keep coming back, keep, you know, going to you for certain projects, items, whatever it is. And, you know, I definitely found that, you know, like with insurance, it was cool, you know, like just being that guy, like it's nice, you know, like, hey, I got this. Okay, cool. Like, let's write it up. You know, hey, I'm getting engaged. Awesome. Let's get you policy for that ring.
Heck yeah.
You know, like it's just, you're being that guy and it's cool. You're part of people's lives. They have a one-stop call.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about, well, this is the only time I've ever really brokered, is the fact that someone can call you with just what their situation is, and it's our job to find a solution. So they don't even know what the solution is and know exactly what it is that they are looking for. They just give us all the information, let us go find a couple of options, bring it back, present it. Whichever one works is the one that is the best for them. I guess technically I was a broker. I was a food broker.
Yeah. People
was a
were
food
like,
broker.
hey, you know, I'm looking for pasta. What's the best pasta?
Yeah, Cheesecake Factory definitely. You got a lot of options.
I was a super broker as a waiter.
You look like a penny guy and maybe some pesto sauce, you know? Well, I wasn't into pesto today, but I would take penny. All right. Well, the vodka sauce, it's phenomenal.
It's spicy.
It's better at
beautiful.
Amici, though, than Renzo's.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Oh, way better than Renzo's. So I just got in on that one. I was
Amici's
thinking about
food's
pasta.
really good. Amici's food's really good.
is.
Pizza
It's
aside, the food's really phenomenal.
You should see they got a pasta plate. You get 3 different types of pastas, all up
That's
to you.
too much.
Yeah.
I don't want
Too
all
much
those.
pasta? Shut up.
I don't want those options.
You're not Italian. Shut your mouth. You got no opinion
I'm
on this.
more Italian than him.
No opinion on this.
The beginning.
I don't know about that. But, it's great being able to give people different options because they also know that anything they ever need, they come right back to you, which helps with client retention over being like a direct lender. You know, they're going to come back and maybe they want something different that you can't provide. Now they got to go find a different avenue, which is difficult.
Yeah, well, that's why people work with us. Like at the end of the day, your job as a broker is to give the best customer service possible because the insurance agencies, the lenders, the banks, sometimes it's hard to even get these guys on the phone.
Yeah.
You're calling some sort of automated system. You're getting frustrated. You're clicking 1, you're clicking 9, you're clicking 5, you're clicking 6. Still not getting to the right department.
Let me do that for you. Sir.
Yeah. So that's something that we could do. You know, we know how to, contact the right people at the lenders or the banks. And, basically we're just that liaison in between. And a false connotation that a lot of people might not know about brokers is that you're not going to pay more because you're dealing with a broker.
Yes.
Yep.
You're going to pay the same exact thing, and if you're working with a good broker, you could actually pay a lot cheaper. So the lender, the insurance provider, the auto dealer builds in the commission structure to the broker so that we could not upsell, but so that we could sell where they would have sold it, or possibly even could drop our commission and get it to you cheaper because the auto dealership, the lender, the bank is not going to drop their, not going to drop their fee, the VIG. So that's why you could possibly even get it cheaper with us. And in our space specifically, lenders give Lexington a better rate, a better discounted buy rate on our terms than they do to other brokers. So especially if you're able to find us, you could get a discounted rate even more just from working with us. On top of it, we're not looking to full boat anybody make 10-15% on a deal. On average, we're making between 1 and maybe 5, 6, 7%, at the max.
Yeah.
So
one thing as you were saying with the like the discounting too. So like back to like the insurance days, like if you're like a small insurance brokerage and you start in like Progressive's like one of the ones you get, but like you're on there like I think it was the bronze level. Like they have like levels to partnerships, you know. So like you're getting deals at this rate, and like this goes into saying too, like don't be afraid to go to a bigger broker. Like like small brokers, they're great. Let's help out community, but like a bigger broker has better deals sometimes. You know, like if you were to go to like my Goosehead when I was doing that compared to going to the brokerage down the shop, my Goosehead's a collective of every Goosehead in the United States, and they're all writing $15, $30, $50 million a year in progressive policies. So we get that special 50% discount on your next term. So like brokering, it's beneficial. It really is like that.
I mean, something I like to compare it to is down to the retail level for everybody to fully understand it is, if you're looking to buy a new Dyson or a new Keurig or anything in retail, whatever it might be, you go to Keurig.com, they're selling it for $199.
That's a great example.
You go to Target.com, they're selling it for $199. Keurig's making a little less on it because now Target's getting cut. Walmart.com, $199. But you know what? Maybe you'll make it over to Amazon. Oh, shoot, $189. Well, guess what? That's the biggest super broker that there is.
Yeah.
For as far as retail goods goes, Amazon. And you could have gone straight to Keurig.com or Dyson.com and gotten it for $199 thinking, oh, this is the best deal. Let's go. But you could have gone to the super broker, a large broker, and actually gotten that discounted rate that you're talking about.
Agreed.
It's actually
That's a
funny
great
with that
example.
stuff. Yeah, it's fun because
That's a
like you
great
go to like the actual site, it's like, hey, it's
more
$200.
expensive.
They have
Yeah.
contracts because if Keurig was selling it for $150, but giving it to Target, and they were selling it for $199. Well, then they would never sell a single product to
Yeah,
Target.
what's the point of Amazon if you could just go to the exact place?
Exactly.
Exactly.
100%.
Same thing with brokers in pretty much every field, I feel like.
One funny thing, just like while we're brokering. So my mom texted me the other day something. I was actually talking to you about it. She's like looking to do something in one of her houses, and like go to a different house and whatever, put into a business, and I was like, hey, like I got someone for you to talk to, and she's like, okay, cool. She goes, like my son who's got a guy for everything. I was like, it helps having a broker, for a son. she just laughed, but like just because you're in the one trade, like we have experience in everything. Like we do real estate deals, we do auto, like we do everything. So it's like you have people in all those realms where like we might just be a financial brokerage, but like we are also internally super brokers. You got a guy for everything, I got a guy for everything, you do, but like if I don't, you do, and you do, and you do.
One time Corey most literally brokered a masonry deal for 2 of his clients.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was
Something
really
funny
cool.
about your deal is we ended up introducing your mom to a mortgage broker.
So, yeah.
And for her situation, she's a lucrative woman. Your mom, she's a genius. I love her, but she sets herself up very specifically, and so there's only certain lenders that would want to work with certain deals. Because you have yourself set up specifically with her X amount of properties. But I don't need to get into it, but it's good for her to work with a broker. If she were to go to one bank, she might get a different story.
Exactly.
And the average person doesn't know the industry obviously as well as we do, so that's why it's important to work with a good broker, though, a correct one that is selfless. They put the client first, and they don't put their commissions first. So definitely what you guys should do is go online, check out their Google reviews. If they have Trustpilot, check out the BBB, Better Business Bureau. We're A, baby.
We are A,
We're
baby.
We're
A,
A on the BBB. So that's really important. Look at Facebook, Yelp, anywhere you can find an online presence with these people, and it's got to be a lot. It can't just be like one Google review for 5 stars, because for all you know, like their daughter could have wrote that for them. Make sure they are everywhere. They post online. They're on social media. They're on all the channels, and they're in front of your face. Because if not, then nowadays they're just not reputable. I'm telling you, mortgage brokers, auto dealers, they all do it. They're all in front of your face. They're all posting content. They all got reviews. It's important.
And like you said, if somebody is not showing their face for a specific reason, there's probably a reason for it.
Yes. There's always a reason for that. You want to go to the guy, you Google him, you see his face, you see a building, you see something.
Here's an example. Feel free to cut this if you'd like. I was on the phone with a client today, and this is the first time where this guy, I went over everything that we needed to go over, but he wasn't happy with the dollar amount that we were going to be able to get him. He wanted $250. I was like, all right, I can get you somewhere between $100 to $150. Guy does zero revenue whatsoever, and his credit was okay. It was pretty good. Yeah. He's telling me that I have this other guy that was telling me he can get me to $250. I look him up, zero. He doesn't even have a Google page. Doesn't have a Trustpilot. He has a Facebook.
Yeah.
He has a Facebook, and his website was bare freaking bones. But this guy's CPA, he's telling me, I could show revenue, but you just told me you don't do any revenue. I'll have my CPA show it and make it. I'll have him file taxes saying that I do a couple $1 million a year. I'm like,
I'm going to commit fraud for a business loan. What is going on?
Okay. Well, look, these banks are very diligent. We were also talking about the SBA at the time as well. I was like, all right, well, look, you're not getting fake taxes through to the SBA. Maybe you can get it through to a bank. Not that I'm going to do it and risk my relationship like that. But you're not going to do it with the SBA. That's for sure. And he's like, oh, well, I'm going to go with this other guy because he's willing to do it. He doesn't care. And I was like, well, there you go.
Your answer.
There's your answer. This guy doesn't have any Googles, any Trustpilots, not even a page for it. Just his Facebook with 28 followers and his website that he probably had to restart 5 times because it probably got shut down 5 times. Yeah. He was telling me about his business broker who his website got shut down because he was doing some shady stuff. And I said, all right, well, no problem. You go on, work with him. That's just fine. Just be careful.
Yeah.
And I was telling him up and down, up and down, up and down. This is shady. This is weird. This is shady. Like, look at us. We have 500 5-stars. Google, Trustpilot, BBB. Mm-hmm. And he's, no.
All our employees' faces. That's a big key.
Yeah.
All of our faces you can find right on the website too.
Yeah.
People really like that.
Yeah.
You want to know who works here? Take a look. Yeah. It helps them feel very comfortable.
Look at your rep that you're working with.
Yeah.
He's handsome.
These videos.
He's smiling.
Yeah, he's handsome.
He might even send you a gift.
She's beautiful. Yeah. Our gifts are cool.
I do love the gifts. Yeah, they're so funny.
Yeah. And you gotta do stuff like that to stand out as a broker.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of brokers out there. Being a broker is definitely there's an abundance of us, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta do little things to stand out. So we do a lot of different things by like our email signatures, our email cards. They have our name on it. They have our company's information. We have all email templates for every single industry available. We have review templates, like not just the company reviews, but our individual sales reps reviews.
Yep.
What else do we have?
Statistics.
We have company
Yeah.
statistics. We have partner statistics.
Yeah.
All of our products and programs, all of our social medias.
Yeah.
Playbooks.
Playbook.
Just,
Yeah.
just all the more reason
marketing
to work with somebody who's
material.
reputable.
We take pictures in front of in the signs. Like we send our clients pictures all the single time of us smiling, us dressed very nice in suits.
We take a lot of fun videos.
We take fun videos with them to the clients. We've created gifts where our sales reps are giving people the heart, or they're waving, or they're putting a thumbs up like Appio's doing. So as a broker, you just got to really stand out, and you got to show people that you care. And if you over care for the client and you care for them more than even their family does, then you're going to win the deal over the other broker.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
One thing I like to do when like I'm surveying for something and like I need a broker for something is I'll go to a few of them and I like to see who responds the fastest. And like that not only means like that they, that they're quick in their process, but they have everything ready. Like if someone called us up and said, "Hey, I'm in trucking, like what do you got for me?" And we could send you the playbook, trucking statistics, reviews on this, and that all within 45 seconds, like, okay, wow, you have all that ready for me and I'm a trucker, like, sheesh, okay, like I like that. It takes you like a half hour, like, are you getting this ready to send to me? Like we all know how long it takes to make something online. Like we put it over to marketing, it gets done in 2 minutes, so it's like that's how like personally like, I judge stuff, like how ready are you for this situation?
You're right, and that's how I do sign up a lot of partners too. While I'm in the conversation with them, I know it's going well. I already send our stuff into their inbox, and he's like, "Yeah, just send me over some of the product information." I'm like, "Look at the top of your inbox; it's already there."
Yeah.
And they love it.
So,
They love it.
Yeah.
Always,
it's that exceptional
automatically.
customer service, having a personality, being just like them, making them laugh, and just showing that you just genuinely care.
Yeah.
Speaking of personality, I was talking to a guy we're making a relationship with today, and his name was Colt. So I was like, "Oh, you a Colts fan?" He's from Ohio. He's like, "Nah, I'm a Bears fan." I was like, "Well, I'm a Steelers fan." I was like, "So I guess we're friends?" And he goes, "Yeah, we're gonna have a good relationship." I was like, "I agree." But he's gonna help us be brokers. Like that's just the level of personality. People love that stuff. It keeps them around.
You definitely, whenever you're working with a broker or anybody, you obviously you want to work with people who have everything that we just mentioned, who are reputable, because there are brokers out there that are shitbags.
Yeah.
There are, and you can clearly tell the difference very easily.
Yeah.
Very easily.
The other thing too with brokers is that they want to earn your business more often than not. You go to like the big major label names and like they don't care if you buy from them because there's a million other people that will. But a broker like, "Hey, I got 13 products. Like, please let me give you a shot." Like, "Oh, whoa. Like I'm just gonna go over to this guy. I'm just gonna go to the bank." Like, okay, they have one product. Like, and you might not get it. But hey, let me take a look at this. Let me see what we're doing. Like, do you even know what you need money for? Like things like that. Like, it just helps break it down because you go to
We're
a bank.
incentivized.
We're
to work
incentivized.
harder for you.
Exactly. Yeah, we are incentivized, and it's your best interest is always in a broker because I want to earn your business. I want to earn your continual business. I want to earn your family's business. Like the bank's like, "Hey, make sure your kids come open up an account here." No, like.
Yeah.
And also at the end of the day, I mean, it really does all come down to money to a degree. I don't get paid unless I do the best job I possibly can and get you the best deal I possibly can that makes sense for you. If I don't do that, you don't get what you're looking for and I don't get paid. So I'm going to make sure that I do the best damn job I possibly can.
Yeah. And of course, we have infinitely less clients, so it's a lot easier to be way more organized. Chase Bank has probably maybe billions.
With
but
dinosaur
definitely
technology.
millions, and we maybe have like a few, maybe like 10, 15, 20,000.
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier to be able to keep track of 10, 15, 20,000 clients and be on top of them and send them the correct marketing material, send them postcards, send them a gift during Christmas time, tell not just them happy birthday, but their kids happy birthday, and give them a text and email on their business anniversary and stuff like that, where for those big guys, it's like, for one, they don't really care as much, and for two, it's a lot harder to keep track of that many people.
Yeah,
So.
I never like even just for my own like personal stuff, like never got an email from Geico when I use them, but my insurance broker, I get an email every year. "Hey man, happy birthday! Like I'll reach out to you in a few months. Like let's chat soon. Like you don't get that with Geico. Like you don't even get a rep over there. You just get whatever guy's answering the phone at the time.
Yeah.
And I know like we're all old school, and like a lot of people really are still nowadays.
I want to
even
be
the
able
new
to call
generation.
Johnny.
I want to call
Geico's.
Johnny. Like, "Hey Johnny, first off,
Please take care of this for me.
Johnny,
Frank, I'm on it.
Hey, 30 seconds of your time, Johnny.
Literally.
We come from a generation where like our parents always had a guy. And like now we always have a guy, and I hope that we could pass that down to our kids, and they're not just on this. Bro, anyone could go on lemonade.com and get home and auto insurance, but like if something happens, you don't have a guy.
Yeah.
And that's so
I
important
got
to just.
I got car insurance at work in 45 minutes, from a 2 to 3 text messages, just because I had a guy.
Yeah, you know, it's.
I did.
cool.
It was great. And funny thing too is, when I went to the dealership to get my car, the guy was like, "Oh, I can find you a better insurance rate. I can find you a better insurance rate." I'm like, "Here's my license. Go do it." And he came back, nothing.
Yeah.
Could not beat it. I was like, "Perfect. My guy's good.
Heck yeah.
No one's beating my guy."
Something I find funny is the real estate brokerages. There's so many people out there that think that real estate brokerages should be obsolete and there's no reason for them. Just list your house on Zillow and you're good to go. But it's just not the case. The best part about real estate brokerages is that as a buyer, you get an agent for free. So what's your agent doing? Your agent's going on the MLS and they're finding all the properties that are listed on the MLS, which they get because the seller is the one that pays your 4 to 6%
What's MLS?
commission. MLS is the multiple listing services. It's where every single house is put onto. It's the Zillow for professionals.
Okay.
Only the professionals can see it. And so if you don't list your house with an agent, you're just missing out on every single buyer that has an agent, because that agent's not searching on Zillow. They're searching on the MLS, right, for all of those properties, because they also don't get paid a commission for something that you, for a for sale by owner, they don't get paid their commission on it. And so many people think that it should be obsolete, but it's one of the most helpful things in the world. It's your biggest purchase that you're going to make in your life for most people. And now you have a professional that can walk you through every step of the way, recommend more professionals, which lawyer, which title company, which homeowners insurance company, what mortgage guy should I go with, everything along the line, what inspection guy should I use
Can help get you a discount on the house.
to help get you to negotiate for you, to be that fiduciary, negotiate for you,
I'm
and
not an
get you
expert
that
on
discount
houses.
on
Like,
your
think about it,
house.
everyone buys a house like on average 1.5 times maybe
Yeah.
in their entire life. So like how much you really know about the home buying process.
Was
Yeah.
that really-
And somehow that's hard to practice.
I didn't even know what the MLS was.
Yeah.
Even as an agent, it took me a good year when I was a real estate agent to like really figure out how to go through the entire transaction process every step of
Plus
the
all
way.
the licensing and stuff you got to get, like your average person, like because you said like anyone could go post their house, but like I don't know what the fuck to do after that. Like cool, it's online. Like now what?
Well, yeah, on the
You know?
reverse side, as the person selling the home, now you have someone who can help upsell the home. And they're going to bring people into the home, to check the home out for you.
Yeah.
And they're like, in essence, like, they do take some money off the top of the home, but they are, in my opinion, a free sales rep. You're not giving them any money on the front.
Yeah.
You're just making money off the deal, which anybody would have made money off the deal anyway. So,
Yeah.
I agree. It's very advantageous.
And this is a hypothetical situation. I'm not saying I did this. It's hypothetical. But I had a house for sale, and I had one good offer on the house. Everything else was kind of crappy offers, and I listed the house for $600,000, and the guy came in at like $600,000, and I go, oh shoot, hey, we got one that's higher. What else can you do? He gave me another offer. Oh shoot, now you still didn't get there. What else can you do? Ended up selling the house $50,000 over ask. Got the guy bidding against himself.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah.
Hypothetically.
One thing I
It
really
happened.
love about being a broker, depending on your industry, is it's one of the easier and cheaper things to get into to start. We have some brokers who are very good at what they do, and they have a headset, a dialer, and good leads, and that's all it really takes, as well as charisma and the never-ending drive to keep going. But you could really make yourself a lot of money if you just put your mind to it and get a very minute few things to really make the operation work.
That's true.
Yeah. And brokering really, at the core of it kind of breaks down to like, and we'll touch lightly on this, but like networking aspects, like being a broker is just like being a personal network. The more you network, the better your brokering opportunities and, chances could be. If you're just like a one-stop, I'm saying this incorrectly, but a one-stop broker shop, where like, hey, I got these 2 things, like, okay, but that broker's got like 10 things, like I'm going to kind of go to him, so it's like, it's networking, in essence, though, as I just said before, like I'm a business loan broker. My mom came to me for real estate questions, like I don't know that, but I networked enough to have broker knowledge and that, so it all just plays into each other. The better you want to be at it, the more you should network and the more you should be vast in different topics, situations, things like that.
Yeah.
As a broker, you definitely want to, though, if you're starting up your own brokers, is specialize before you generalize.
Yes.
And offer one product, 2 products, maybe max, and just sell it on one channel and just get really, really, really good at selling that product and marketing on that one channel. And then once you feel like you're able to give the best customer service possible, you're very knowledgeable on the product, and then you're very good at selling and marketing that project, then go add another product and add another channel to go sell on. So like for us, like we were just really working with merchant cash advances at first, and then we dove into equipment financing, And then we started diving into the commercial financing aspect of things, as in like real estate and SBA loans and traditional lines of credit with banks. So as a broker, you want to work with a broker that definitely has an array of products, because that's what we make fun of brokers in our space, because they just sell merchant cash advances.
Yeah.
And I'm just like how you going to sit here and call yourself a business loan broker? You're just a merchant cash advance broker. Like that's literally all you are. Like that should be what your title is. But still, at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you are very knowledgeable on what you sell.
Yeah.
You want to be an expert, because nobody's not going to want to do with someone who's not an expert. And you want to be able to give the best customer service possible, and that comes with building out a team.
Yeah.
If I only hired my original 4 hires, and we wouldn't be able to run Lexington right now with the original 4 hires with all the new products and programs that obviously we brought on. Like just an Appios program alone, we were probably at about like 8 people right now, and that's just one program.
Yeah.
So it takes like a team to really get this done, and that's why you don't want to overextend yourself as the owner and overextend your employees and get them too overwhelmed in the beginning. And that's why it's important to specialize instead of generalize. But eventually you do want to generalize, and you want to offer a crap ton of different things. Like most publicly traded companies offer a lot of different things. Like for instance, Berkshire Hathaway, they do everything from real estate to insurance, and they started as a textile company.
Yeah.
And they do a lot of stuff in between.
Yep. Yeah.
So.
But and then to note on that, like when you go to generalize, keep it in your vertical, because like insurance, or I always keep going back to it, but like insurance, like you could be an insurance agent, and then you could also be in the automotive because like that's all in your vertical. Like you could be in real estate, because like I could sell you a car, I could sell you a house, and then I could get you insured on it. With us, like I could sell you an MCA, but then oh, you want to buy that truck? Well, here's an equipment loan. Oh, you need 0%. Okay, here, I'll get you this too. It's all like in that one vertical. Makes the resell easier, because it just keeps going down. It doesn't have to go there, because you're like, you guys are loan brokers. Why are you selling me solo cups? Why you look thirsty? I don't know. You might need to put some. Do you have a cup in your hand? No. Well, here's one. Like you keep it in the vertical. You don't want to make it weird for people. So like that's the other.
Which one do I buy?
Yeah. Well, you see, Mr. Appio, that
Appio,
last one.
sell me that cup.
Oh, this cup right here?
One of the cups.
Well, you got to realize these cups serve at 2 different purposes completely.
Okay. What are the
I mean,
purposes?
this green color, it's obviously an earth tone color, right?
Yeah.
So the water
I
that
like
comes
that
out from
about
this,
that.
it's mountain water spring. So this is very, very specialized water. I mean, you're not
Okay.
getting filtered water. You get filtered water is
Yeah.
piss water filtered,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you see this green bottle,
Yeah.
and that's status.
Okay.
This is status right here. The
How much
second
does
you
it
have this green
cost?
bottle, I don't know if you can afford it, Mr. Customer, to be completely honest with you. But honestly, I think you should start off with this one right here. You can put your purified filtered
How much
water
is
in
that
here.
green one?
This one you can handle.
No, I wanna
This
know how
one
much
you
the
can
green
handle.
one
This
is.
one's
How much is the green one?
$69.99. The green one? All right, look, the green one's $129.99.
I'll take it.
You can reuse it if you'd like to, but I think that you should really start off with on a modest level. Like, I don't think you care too much about status, to be completely honest. You seem like more of a modest guy. So,
But what are the perks of the smaller one?
I mean, the smaller one. Look, it's a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
It's a great color. It's got a top
It's not
on
earth
it.
green.
It's insulated.
It's not earth green.
But you can put anything you want in here. When you see
Or you
this,
could put the piss water. Like
you
were talking
know
about
what
there.
you're getting.
Yeah.
You know what you're getting with this.
Honey, we got an extra $100. Don't tell the wife. We're getting the green one.
Are you the one that makes the decision, Mr. Customer? Do you make your financial decisions in the household, or is that what your wife
Depends
does?
what the decision is.
Clean drinking water.
So you're not making.
I'm the
dinner?
water decision maker, so I'm buying that big water.
All right, look, I'll get it out to you right now. Do you need to finance it? I got a great financing plan.
Only if it's at 0%.
It's at 0% for the first 12 to 18 months.
Sold.
We can make. Do you want both? Since
I'll
we
take
have the
5.
financing
I'll take
plan?
5 of the greens.
On its way. It's already in your inbox.
Thank you.
It's right at the top of your
Not
inbox.
bad, not bad. Pretty good, pretty good. Great job.
One more thing that I do love about brokering for the broker side of things is the extreme lack of risk that really comes with it.
Yeah.
It's not your money on the street.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not your car
Yeah.
that they're driving around or your house that you
a lot of
built.
it's liability.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's why we are literally on the same side as the client. Holy shit, that's such a great thing to bring up. Because if I was lending out my own money, I'm doing a true risk assessment.
Yeah.
As a broker, I'm doing whatever I can to get you approved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so good job bringing that up.
But
Thank
at the
you.
same token, we do have an obligation to not just the client, but we have an obligation to the lender too.
Absolutely.
So we do our own little mini underwriting house. We make sure, like, just simple shit. Like, we make sure the credit score's up to par with that lender, the time in business, the revenue, the credit, all stuff I just said before, the geographical location, the industry, and as long as that pans out, then we'll shoot over to the lender. Because as a broker, if you're shooting over shit deals to the lender or to the auto auto provider, whatever the case may be, then they're not going to want to work with you. You know, you need a certain conversion percentage. So yes, a lot less liability falls on us, but we still need to care about the lender. We need to care about the client a little more, but we need to care about a relationship with the lender, because if we don't have that, we can't service clients. We can't be a broker.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's why I told that guy earlier from that story that we're not accepting your fake file taxes.
No,
That
dude,
is-
could you imagine we
No
did that to
way.
one of our banks, dude?
Oh my god.
Could not.
First of all, we could maybe go to jail.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Like, it's not something to mess around
Yeah,
with.
yeah,
So-
100%.
And that gets out in the industry too. Like, our industry is so small, and even like for insurance, it's like, dude, like how many insurance companies could there be? Maybe 30, 40?
Yeah, tops.
So if you lose a third of them, and then eventually years come and like everyone's chirping, it's like every industry's smaller than what you think.
Yeah.
And if your distributors or your wholesalers think that you're a bad distributor, aka the broker, dude, it's gonna get out quick. No one's gonna want to work with you.
So
Like,
quick.
just like you need to keep an upstanding like image to your customers and have a good online presence, you need to the same thing with your insurance providers, because that happens in our space all the time, where a broker lies about a deal, the lender finds out, boom, blacklisted from the industry.
Yeah.
And that's why you always do right by people. You might think you're making that quick buck on the person. You never got to speak to that person again. Well, boom, guess what? Eventually it's going to catch up to you with these lenders. And eventually they're all going to find out. Eventually you're going to get blacklisted from the industry, and they're not going to want to work with you.
On a brighter side of your industry being smaller than you think it is, we went to a networking event in Las Vegas last week, and I was talking to a guy that I just met, and he was familiar with our company, and then he randomly asked me if I knew one of Corey's partners. And it was just really funny. It instantly built rapport.
That's cool.
The guy is now in South Carolina. He does he helps dealerships operate from when they begin, you know, builds them up kind of like a CFO would, but for a dealership, helps teach the guys how to sell with the floor plans and everything.
Yeah.
So he's doing that now. So he's not really been in the business finances for the past few months, but it was insane. Like, we're in Las Vegas, the guy's from Jersey, we're from New York, and Buddy's in South Carolina, and he's like, "Do you know Mr. Broker?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's
Andy Elliott?
this broker's partner." And it was just really funny. It was an instant rapport builder.
Yeah. That just really goes to show how small every industry is at the end of the day.
You got to think too, like it's a spider web. You know, you do one company wrong, and that one company is friends with 5 companies, and they're like, "Oh shoot, like let me tell my other 5 friends." And
Well,
like,
the
boom,
wholesalers, like,
blacklisted.
don't just think they just sign you up. Like,
Yeah.
they do due diligence. Like, for our industry, if you want to sign up with anyone who's A paper, B paper, they're going to ask for 3 references at the very least. They're going to do a background check on you. They're going to check your credit, and they're going to literally call those 3 people and ask, not just if you're a good person, but do you get deals done with them? What's the average deal size? What's your sub to funded ratio? Like, all KPIs that these lenders keep on you. They're going to ask all these questions. If that's not matching up with what they want to see, then it's not going to work
They
out.
might even come to your office.
They definitely will want to come to your office. We've had people who, if they need to come to the office, or we need to take them out to lunch in order to steal the deal.
Got to wine and dine them. Sometimes.
Yeah, and we're Lexington.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
A year and a half ago, it would have been it's a little tough.
well, nowadays that's a big problem in the industry. You know, back in the day, like 5-10 years ago, it was a little easier to become a broker in the industry because lenders were kind of just taking a lot of people on. But nowadays, there's so many different brokers out there that they really need to vet, and they're really more concerned, especially the good lenders, about quality broker relationships over just adding on any broker that's going to sell them a deal.
Big thing for a newer broker, when you're starting out, and if you don't have access to that tier, find a good super broker who will help you
Great point.
get the better deals for your clients, because
Great
it's
point.
going to keep your clientele
Great
and it's
point.
going to help you grow.
Yeah, we even did that. I'm going to be honest with you. We even did that. And until we were able to add on the lenders that we wanted to, we were using them for a while. And they were like our big brother to a sort of extent. They were teaching us the game. We understood how the closing process worked. We were understanding how each lender worked. We were starting to learn the lenders, you know, in the game a little bit. And then eventually we were able to break through the glass ceiling in our industry. So that's a really great point, Tom. You are going to make a little less, you know, but that's kind of how business is in the beginning. And I also don't feel like you need to get the on decks of the world on right away, because what happens in our industry, and it's even happened to us, is that we push to get the good lenders in the beginning, and then we don't fund enough with them, or we don't convert well, and they've dropped us. And we've had people who dropped us our first year, second year in business, and we got them back maybe recently, maybe about a year ago, and we've been converting a lot more with them. But it took a lot of convincing, taking people out, a lot of things for them just seeing our online presence, talking to other lenders about how we grew. Because now we have 47 employees. We fund 15, 17 million on a monthly basis were more reputable than when we had, 10 brokers on the phone and we were funding 2 to 3 million at a time. And with that lender, we were doing like a deal a month.
Yeah.
So don't always be like, I need on deck, especially when your main paper, C paper right now.
Yeah, it doesn't
You're
make
not
sense.
even getting A clients. Like even us at Lexington, like our box is like A minus, B plus. Like that's like our main customer.
Yeah. One thing my buddy told me once, and it was like, I like almost felt like offended when he first said it, but like, it was kind of like one of those like stay in your lane things, like stay in your lane until you learn how to merge. So I was like, dude, like how do we do these, like $100 million deals? He's like, do you know how to do $1 million deal? I was like, no. He goes, learn how to do a $100,000 deal. I was like, what? He goes, learn how to operate, like with the deal you're working on. So like, don't go get biddy right away because you're probably not doing bitty deals right away. I'm sorry, on deck. I don't know.
They probably are.
You probably are doing biddy right away. Yeah,
Shout out Charlie.
We love you, Charlie.
Shout out Craig. We love you guys.
But yeah, like don't go searching for on deck right away because you don't know how to work an on deck deal.
Yeah.
Like start with the C deals, learn how to work those deals, make your way to B, make your way to A. Like learn how to work with what you have before you go asking for more.
Yes. And study your lenders, study your insurance providers because the closing process for each lender in our game is different.
Yeah.
So Biddy's closing process is different from On Deck's, and it's different from Credibli's, and it's different from Mulligan's.
Yeah.
So it's all different. So it's the stuff that you need to learn, and you need to learn very quickly because if they think that you don't know the game, they're not going to want to work with you either. If you're taking 2 hours to get closing docs in once you requested the agreement, or if you don't know how to do an online checkout, or if you don't know how to actively use On Deck's portal, they're going to look at you sideways, and your rep is going to like relay that back to the company. They'll be like, dude, like Lexington doesn't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like I don't think we should have signed them on. They're calling me for every little thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like not good. Not a good look.
Did you get that email? Yes,
Yeah.
that's how email
Yeah.
works.
Yeah, literally. So, you should, like Grizzly said, be well versed in the game before you start putting yourself out there. I agree with you.
And that's what we're here to help do.
Yeah.
And it's definitely okay to take the step, but like don't go from C to B. Go from C to D. Take that step. Like learn the
down.
next level. Did I do that? That's wrong.
Backwards Grizzly today.
Jeez. Let's go from D to C.
Biddy is better than On Deck.
One other little point I wanted to bring up is when you are a brokerage, make sure you stress to your clients that like you're saving them money as well, because like as we keep saying, like you're like a person will go to five different mainstream shops, and then they're like, oh shoot, I didn't qualify for any of those. If you're a business owner, if you're anyone who has any time of the day, like that just took you a lot of time in your day. It took me 5 minutes.
Now you're pissed.
Now you're pissed. It took what took you 3 hours of losing money took me 5 hours of making us both money. Making us both happy with the situation. So when it comes to that, like don't be afraid of like taking that brokerage step, because it's going to help you make money. Like if I don't have to worry about this, if I need a piece of technology, I go to a tech broker and I say, hey, I need all of these things done. I'm just going to go fuck all with my day, get doing my tasks, making sure we're getting everything done. I get a call later in that day. Hey, we got X, Y, and Z for you. Perfect.
Dude, we even buy computers from a broker.
Literally.
We buy computers from a broker, dude, who just has like 50 different computer options for us at all times.
You know who should do that? Jamie Dimon.
Jamie, yeah. I agree.
You should buy
Get
some
some new
new
equipment.
Yeah.
I agree. He needs
No,
to buy some.
I love the
computers.
one Lex Lock story. Probably, honestly, a year ago. The guy got declined from every single local bank in his area, and we ended up getting over 200K.
Yeah.
Just because we knew exactly where to bring him.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It's like in our industry, it's like you could go to Chase Bank, you go to Wells Fargo, you go to Bank of America, you go to your local regional bank, you go to a credit union. Boom, you went 5 places. They pulled your credit 5 times, and then you come to find out they don't even deal with your industry. They don't even deal with trucking.
Yep.
So like your credit score fit. Your state fit, like all this stuff fit, but that one little piece of information that you wouldn't have known, you can't Google, does Chase do trucking? That's not going to pop up. Does On Deck do trucking? Like, it's not going to pop up. On Deck does do trucking.
They do.
They do trucking. But, yeah, they're not going to do that. And a lot of people who are in trucking don't even understand that their industry is even restricted right now. So,
Right now, another keyword, right now.
yeah, right now, yeah, it changes. I mean, during COVID, it was popping.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
beautiful.
It was popping. Everybody was funding trucking. But they started defaulting a lot. Loads got a lot more expensive. Freight got a lot more expensive. Fixing the trucks got a lot more expensive. Way more competition in the industry.
Another big broker, logistics.
Logistics is amazing. Yeah. Yes, there's people who actually like physically set up the routes for truckers and help them find work, because it's a little tough at first. It's not easy to seal a deal. And no offense to truckers, but they might not be as well versed in life necessarily as maybe somebody like me who's been in the finance realm for a period of time and who's been cutting deals since I was freaking 5 years old.
Yeah,
You
know how
know,
to fix their truck,
Yeah.
turn it on. and get
exactly.
from A
They're
to
an
B,
owner-operator
like,
business, and that's what most small to medium-sized businesses are. They're
Yeah.
they're owner-operators. They're not savvy enough to be able to negotiate with an insurance provider. You know what I mean? It's not easy. There's a lot that goes into business than just knowing your industry, and that's what is really the biggest failure to most people inside of business. It's like a guy knows construction and he thinks he could just get into construction. Might have happened in your past, but guess what? Over time and over brute forcing his way to just figuring it out, he freaking figured it out.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with me. Your dad didn't know how to negotiate probably, but he didn't probably know the crap out of the construction trade.
Yeah.
So eventually he was able to figure it out.
And one thing he always told me growing up, and this is what he did himself, is work somewhere first.
Yes.
You want to open a construction company?
Yes.
All right, work in the construction field.
Yes.
Learn it,
Yeah.
and then open up your own once you're almost an expert, once you're 2 years in, a year in.
Yeah.
Same thing with brokers and any industry. He always told me that because I was always, an entrepreneur at heart.
Work for a small company too. That's a cheat code in itself too, because
Yeah.
you
Savvy
guys know
operator.
so much more than anybody who might work at Short Think.
Short thought.
Short thing, because like you guys are my guys, you guys are my right hand, so it's like you guys are all heads of literally a freaking department, so you guys are very well versed in anything. So especially like people like Jib, Corey, they have a way better chance of being able to open up another small business lending brokerage than somebody at another broker who's like on a way bigger scale compared to starting out when we started out. So working for a small company, it's like Grizzly, like dude, you wear as many hats as I do. Like all about the finances, legal, like you're very well versed in a lot of different things. So that is another cheat code to if you wanted to become an entrepreneur is work for a smaller company. You'll get way more insight on what's going on. If you work for Chase Bank, it's just like you're a teller.
Yeah.
And your job as a teller is this, that, the third, and everybody else is in a department in another building.
It's like, how do I learn about that?
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't.
Not even your job to worry about it.
Yep. Yeah.
You just do this, that, like a
Oh,
robot.
you want to learn about? Apply to be over there.
Yeah.
Apply. Like,
Yeah.
what if I don't like over there? You'll never know.
And that's a good point too to working with brokers too, is that like our departments are, if they're not next to each other physically, they're literally one door down.
Yeah.
So like if Appio needs to communicate with partners with Tom, he could literally walk right over there. Doesn't need to make a phone call, doesn't need to do
Run.
a G chat, doesn't need to email, doesn't need to text. Like it's literally like 5 steps. Hey, Tom and team, I have a client, XXS. I need you guys to reach out to the partner, let them know what happened. You're at Chase Bank. It's like, dude, like these
Days.
people are in different states, let alone the same state, let alone the same building.
Yeah.
So that's more advantageous of working with a smaller company or just a broker in general. Is like we all work with each other. All our departments are here. Things are gonna get done a lot quicker for you.
And honestly, I really enjoyed being here so early that I got to do a whole bunch of different things, because if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be as good at my job as I am.
Yeah.
Because anybody can ask me pretty much any question about any program
Yes.
or the process, and I
Yes.
know it
Yes.
because I did it.
Yes.
So I got it.
Yes.
Whereas if I didn't know it and someone's like, okay, you're a partner relationship manager now, go get a partner.
Yes.
They wouldn't know what to say, and it would take
Sure.
them so long to learn it all.
Sure.
Rather
Even
than
our-
doing it.
Even our freaking freshman intern went back to college with a junior's level education because
Yeah.
he worked.
He's
in
so
every-
much smarter than all those
Yeah,
kids there.
He worked in everything. He might not know accounting yet, but let them teach you that. Like
Yeah.
we taught you how to sell, how to market, how to do X, Y.
Yeah.
How
But
to
the kids at Deloitte,
Yeah.
they were just taught one thing, and this is what you do. This
Yeah.
is your internship. It's this trade. It's this role, and that's what you do.
Yeah.
You're a financial analyst. All you're doing is read
Read
data all
numbers.
day long.
Yep.
That's all you're doing.
Yep, you're interning at EY this semester.
Yeah.
Not at Lexington Capital Holdings. Damn
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Darn it.
I'd be
I
mad
can't wait
too.
till we have an army of interns.
It's gonna be so funny.
They're just lying up at the door.
Hello,
Mr.
sir.
D'Antonio, Mr. D'Antonio, like the Wall Street.
And all those interns are going to be successful as hell.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Even if they don't work here, again,
Yeah.
it's just the skill set you learn
why they're
at
gonna wanna
working at
come
a,
here.
a small brokerage where, you get to wear a bunch of hats, Even a guy in sales, he might know a little bit about marketing because, we're always up in your face, learning things. They're shooting these kind of videos. If anyone asks me on the phone, hey, have you tried doing this kind of video? Like maybe that'll help you out with your business, There's just so much diversity in being a broker and being in that small area. You can just help out everyone with anything.
I like that because we can help out our clients a lot.
Help out clients with anything.
Give them marketing tips and how to generate
Yeah.
business. Just give them little angles because being in our industry specifically, brokering for business financing, we are now experts in every single industry. So now we know how your industry specifically makes money
Yep.
and how they drive traffic to their business. So I can
Yep.
teach you that
Yep.
and help them.
Yeah, for us, we're partnering up with a few Chase bankers, right, at the corporate level. They can't teach us 1, how to sell, 2, how to market, 3, really anything else besides their knowledge of the product. They can't teach us customer service, none of that, because they're not versed on any of that.
They don't do
like
it.
Tom said, they don't do it.
Yeah.
We're way more versed, way more intelligent on all aspects of business, and that leads me to my next point is that being a broker, you need to also be able to master the skill and the art of selling and marketing. Those are going to be the two most important things you need to do and to grow your business, is sell and market. You can learn how to do that, and then you learn how to grow different channels through your marketing. You can become very successful. But you need to learn how to sell. You need to learn how to market. Those are going to be two most successful things. Two most things that lead to your success.
Yeah, definitely agree.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Freaking love being a broker, man.
Dude, it's so amazing actually being able to help out everybody.
Yeah.
Like Chase Bank, it's like, I can't help you.
Yeah.
Who can? I don't know. Lexington Capital. Lexington Capital.
Yeah, we have.
They're able to help out
we
everybody.
actually have a lot of our bankers send their clients to us.
Yeah.
True.
Because they got denied with them.
Yeah.
But they know that we can get them approved.
Yeah.
It happens a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
And
Yeah, I
they
have bankers all the time. They're like, "Can you deal with like this manufacturing guy? He only does like 20,000 a month." Like I'm like, "Yes." You always ask this. Yes, yes, I could deal with it.
Dude, I could
It's a
fund a
business owner.
casino.
I could deal with it. Yes. I could do it.
Oh, it's awesome. And like just to have the trust too, you know, like that backwards compatibility. Like these guys are traditional bankers, you know, like it doesn't get more, I don't want to say prestigious, but like doesn't get much more than that, you know, and they're coming around like they have brokers, you know, freaking traditional bankers have brokers, you know, ready to go, ready to help. Like everyone's got a broker, everyone knows someone. It's just where you need to be.
Because I feel bad for these bankers sometimes. They want to help these people, and like their company can't.
That's the thing. They want to help. They're not even looking for an incentive from us. They're like, please just help
Can't
my
accept
client
one. Yes.
because what that's going to do
Makes
is that's
them
going to
look
give them deposit accounts. You know,
Yeah.
we help their client like, oh, that guy over at Chase helped me out. Let me open up that account with him.
Yeah.
You know, and like now that money we just helped you get goes in that account, made him happy, makes you happy, and you know we're all happy.
Agreed.
Three people are happy.
Agreed.
I like that.
Yeah.
Be a broker.
I agree.
Broker.
Be a broker.
Fun little
Work
like
with
story.
brokers.
When I
Don't
didn't go
hate
through a
on
car
brokers.
broker, but when I bought my car, I looked at my car. I got an Infinity, but I looked at it. It was cool. It was nice. I liked it. Whatever. I went to go look at Lexus because I was curious. The guy who I went to go talk to at Lexus was so much better. Like he was infinitely. He gave a shit. He followed up all the time. He cared about the product. He cared about the car. He cared about what I was looking for. Literally took me out of one car because he knew I wouldn't like the interior, so he was like, we're not even going to look at this one. Let's look at this one. Like, he was just really interactive with what I wanted. Yeah. Whereas, like, the other one wasn't so much. I ended up getting the Infinity anyway because I just liked it better. But I called that dude after and just told him how much I liked the experience, how much I liked working with him. And if I'm ever buying a Lexus or if I ever find anyone who's trying to buy a Lexus, I'm giving him that card because that guy cared.
Yeah,
He was cool.
Heck yeah.
Leave them a review.
I didn't. I should.
Trazies.
We have
Traces.
clients leave us reviews all the time that didn't actually do business with us. They just like how we operate.
Yeah. Like, I can't wait till I'm in a position to work with them. They were such nice people. I have their number saved. Like, that's some of our reviews.
Because sometimes what you're selling doesn't make sense for the client in the moment.
Yeah,
and if
or
you
they're
tell
just not
them
ready to
that,
buy.
They're not
Like,
ready
they're
to
just
buy.
shopping before and making sure that,
Yeah, they're
they're
getting
finding a
ready.
good reputable person before they need. Like, I need insurance by December. Like, let me shop around now, find out someone I
Yeah.
like working with, and then let them know, and I'll contact them a month before.
So you're not a chicken running around without a head off later on.
Yeah.
this is true.
This is true.
Brokers.
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 Episode 47.
Episode 47.
Work with a broker.
Yes.
Be a broker.
Yes.
Preferably a direct broker.
Eat, breathe, sleep.
Broker.
Brokering.
Well, guys, this is Lex Cap here.
Lexington
been a
Capital.
pleasure.
Lex Cap, 110,000 YouTube subscribers.
111 now.
111.
Yeah.
And growing.
That's
I
a lucky
know.
number.
One.
A short
111.
think don't got that many.
Hell no.
no.
No,
Probably
sir.
not on YouTube.
They're probably not on YouTube because they're probably not proud of what they do.
But you know who is proud of what they do?
Who?
You know who is on YouTube? This brokerage.
Right here.
Yeah.
The,
Right
the
now.
A-team,
Oh, yeah.
the number one brokerage in the world.
And with that
In
being
the
said,
Lexington
hit that button, hit that
Capital
button, watch that
Holdings.
video, click that. Don't leave this freaking channel. Watch more videos.
And make sure you go back and watch the Grizzlies backflip again.
It
If
was
you
a
don't
great
have notifications
backflip.
on, you're messing up.
Great
It was great.
backflip. Yep.
And with that being said.